Hey everybody, my name is Mr. Brilla. Mr. Stanley asked me to create this little video to help you guys out with using these Google Slides to make graphs. So this is just an example assignment. Um, and I want to show you now, if we look, this is what your slides look like. All right, so if we have up here, this is the y-axis. Here's the x-axis, it's a little thicker. And then all the way over here on the left, hanging out, you have these little black dots. And we're going to use those to create your plots. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. All right, so I'm going to unhighlight my mouse. Here we go. So if you take notice, uh, you're simply going to drag your little dot to wherever you need to plot the points. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but probably not because you're a little younger. It's hard for me to really count. So I zoomed in a little bit. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag a dot and I'm going to put it, maybe it's 1 and 3. And then I'm going to drag another dot. And I'm just going to put these dots wherever they should go. Just so you're aware, there are roughly 100 or so dots over here. So you should be okay with figuring out or using enough of these dots, right? So as you plot all your data points, however you have them, you'll look for your line, right? So once you have to create your trend line, you're going to come up here, and this time, instead of using these dots, you're going to use this line tool, and we're going to draw a line. All right, now, since we're doing a graph, I'm pretty sure you're going to have arrows, but whatever, you can draw whatever line Mr. Stanley asked you to do. So I'm going to create my line here, and I'm going to just kind of drag it to where I think the trend would be. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I think this is just a little hard to see. So I'm going to come up here and I can do a couple things. I could change the color of my line and I could change the thickness of my line, the weight. All right. So there's my graph. Now, word to the wise, if you only have to make one graph, that's great. If you have to make multiple graphs, you're going to want to do this thing first, and I'll show you why. But you're going to want to duplicate these slides. So the simplest way to do that is to click over on the slide and hit Control D. And then when I come down, now you're going to notice I'm going to actually delete all of these things here if I can. Get rid of all of this here. All right, a couple more to go. All right, so I paused it so I could delete some more. But when I duplicate this slide, it brings with me these black dots that I have. Right. So, if Mr. Stanley's asking you to do 6 different graphs, you can just go ahead right now and make 6 different graphs. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And every graph you do will have those black dots. Okay. Again, you're going to drag these dots to make your plot your points. And then you're going to use this line function up here with the color and the weights for your trend line. If you need any help, let me know.